Leah Strusich, Edison, New Jersey. First, I want to read a letter into the record, written January 15th. It was written to Vincent Asicola from Colleen Ronco, since she is unable to be here. Dear Councilman Vincent Asicola, I would like to bring your attention to a situation I believe can be a major liability to your community. As you are well aware, I have had several run-ins with your law enforcement officers, primarily Officer Michael Balthazar and Officer Devin Gannon. On October 2014, I went before Judge Edward Herman and asked for a change of venue for the current court cases that are outstanding against me and my husband, Stephen Ronco. Judge Herman granted my motion for a change of venue, and as he is the assignment judge for Middlesex County Municipal Court, changed the court to North Brunswick. After reading your January 2nd, 2015 reorganization agenda, I noticed that Christine Heitman is the alternate judge for Halmetta, and that Mayor Nancy Martin signed the resolution appointing her to this position. To say that I am shocked to find the presiding judge and the alternative judge have a close personal and professional relationship with Mayor Martin would be a lie. My concern is not with the judges, as I have filed the necessary judiciary complaints against them. My concern is with the ethics violation that your mayor knowingly contributed to by not disclosing that Judge Heitman was the alternative judge for Halmetta. Several cases against me and my husband were at the bequest of Nancy Martin, as well as the complaints filed against her son and daughter-in-law, Michael and Magdalena Metz, were dismissed without her disclosing her personal and professional relationship with Christine Heitman. Mayor Martin ethically should have pointed out in court that she had a personal and professional relationship with these judges and should have requested a change of venue. Instead, Mayor Martin, in her normal fashion, worked a backdoor deal with Judge Heitman where all the charges against her family members were dropped without a hearing, and she had your officer, Devin Gannon, request a no-contact order against me so that I can no longer be heard at your monthly council meetings. I'm requesting at this time that the council invite me to the meeting so that I may speak freely and without fear of being arrested by your overzealous police officer, Devin Gannon. I'm also requesting that an ethics hearing be held against Mayor Nancy Martin so that I can freely interact with the board and present the evidence of Mayor Martin's indiscretions, criminal activity, and ethics violations as the mayor of Halmetta. Also, I believe at this time that Judge Herman should be dismissed from his position as presiding judge, and a new presiding judge, an alternative judge, should be appointed that do not have personal relationships with Mayor Martin. I am sending a copy of this complaint to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, as well as the Attorney General's Office for the state of New Jersey. Since Judge Herman moves all changes of venue to North Brunswick, Judge Herman is a liability to your town and to your judicial process within that town. I am sure that with all the publicity that Halmetta currently has, that any other negative publicity will be a real detriment to what is left of the credibility to the town of Halmetta. As all changes of venues by Judge Herman were moved to Judge Christine Heitman in North Brunswick. This, I am sure, could cause a huge headache, with any good attorney appealing the decisions and having them reversed. This would cause an even bigger burden, with all fines would have to be refunded due to the appellate division overturning these court cases, due to a violation of the civil rights of those involved. I'm sure you can appreciate my view on this matter. Sincerely, Colleen Ronco. I also wanted to speak a bit about the euthanasia that was happening in the shelter. The certificates that were on file. The certificates that were on file, which we obtained through Oprah, for Michael and for Richard Gilles, are dated 12/1/07, and they were done under the signature of the veterinarian Faith Perrin. I've spoken to her, and these were good only for when they were at Perth Amboy. 2007, they were in Perth Amboy, and this certification is only good for that time when they were at Perth Amboy. So they should have been certified. Whoever the attending vet was at Halmetta should have certified them when they came here. I also want to speak about Darren. on November, I believe it was 17th, Carteret Animal League posted on their Facebook page a question and answer between Alex Klinger, who is the head of Carteret Animal League, and Dr. DeBowie. He was given permission to post this conversation on his rescue page. Alex, Dr. DeBowie, can you confirm any cases of parvo or distemper while you were there working at the shelter? Answer. To your question about distemper and parvo cases at the shelter, although I only started working at the shelter in the beginning of October, I can tell you that during this time I have not seen a case of either parvo or distemper. Alex, has anyone not authorized to euthanize cats performed that at the Helmetta shelter? You also asked me about anyone performing euthanasia who was not properly trained or certified. Both Brandon, the mayor's son, and Darren, who is head of the public works, both very casually told me that each performed euthanasia. Darren even told me that he is inept at performing an IV, so he always performs an intercardiac injection. He also told me that he places a towel over the victim's head so that he does not have to look at the face. Actually, he casually told this to both Maria and I when he was helping us at the Plainsboro Rabies Clinic a few weeks ago. I hope the above satisfies your questions. I have an email here from Yvette to Bahinsky, Herb Massa, David Clark, Chris Lavicek, Wendy and Charlie Vidal, Pete Karaszewski, Vinny Asicola, Denise Estrada, and Nancy Martin from Wednesday, October 29, 2014. Subject request for information. Sandy and Christine, I am sorry, I don't mean to get all over the two of you. I personally feel bad that you guys are getting the brunt of this. I know this is information that is given to you both, and you are just forwarding it to whoever asks. Thank you, Yvette. Answer. I'm sorry you feel this way, but I can only send out what I'm given, and the responses are what they respond to us. We were waiting to send you a completed health report, but we're waiting for the SPCA to send in any 2013 reports. I have started to keep a record of how often we are requesting items. Darren is trained to do euthanasia, but he has not yet become certified. Sandra Bohinsky. Okay, I figured since I can't get the last health department inspection, we should be available for all council members, which should be available for all council members. I would just go right to the health department. Below is their reply. I also think it is crazy that as council members, in order for us to get paperwork, we have to Oprah request it, which is always sent incomplete and way past due. By the way, that would be against the law. This should be available to all of us. What a joke. In keeping with that, Alan DeBowie actually had a conversation with Michael where she told him that she was present and instructing Darren in euthanasia. The conversation occurred the first Thursday in November when he was questioning Michael on her euthanasia certificate. Furthermore, Alan DeBowie stated that he never had any contact with Darren when he was performing euthanasia. He only quoted what was told to both Maria and him when they were working at the Plainsboro Rabies Clinic. So, as per euthanasias at the shelter, I don't know who was authorized or who was properly certified to do them, but I wanted to get that all on the record.